And welcome back to the morning show. It's Wednesday, Wise Guy time, and our wise guy, Matt Sellen, is back from a brief hiatus. Where you been, Matt?
I've been traveling and working hard, you know.
All right, now it's time for some play after all that hard work.
That's right. And the funny thing is, when I left, it was about a month since I've been on,
right.
And it was hot, and it was great time for water fights and things like that. And so I said, well, the next thing we're going to do is build a great big water balloon launcher, which I just built yesterday here. But now it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know? But anyways,
not too bad.
Yeah, but this really, it's an appropriate thing to do because classes start at the university today, and the first thing we teach in freshman physics is kinematics. You know, if you have a certain initial velocity in the x and y direction, how far does it go, and what is its trajectory, and all this good stuff. And so that's really what we're going to show right now. And
Very
so.
good.
If you can get these little water balloons, and I have a whole bucket full, so we have ammunition here, and so if you toss something up in the air, like this, I'm just going to sort of toss it. The thing that determines how far that goes, okay, is two things. One
Your
is
bicep?
well, yes. One is how fast is it moving horizontally,
right?
Okay, and the other one is how long does it stay in the air, because if it, for whatever time it stays in the air, multiplied by the speed it's moving horizontally, that's how far it's going to go before it hits the ground.
Sure. And
so if you increase the initial speed of the thing, it's going to not only stay in the air longer, but it's going to be traveling faster. And I hope those little, yeah, okay, so anyways.
Some walkers over there,
right, and so if you, in other words, if you double the initial velocity, it's going to go 4 times as far.
Okay.
Now, a launching device such as this beautiful piece of engineering that you see in front of you, okay, has the feature that it's made out of rubber tubing and a Tuscola high school hat, which is a key ingredient because this is where we're going to put our projectile before we launch it. If you pull this thing back and you let it go, okay, it gets this thing going just like a slingshot. If you pull it back twice as far, it turns out that the energy you put into these things goes up by a factor of 4. Okay, so in other words, the bottom line is if I pull this thing back twice as far, it's going to end up. So I'm going to shoot this thing now. I think we're all clear.
Just to let you know, the police chief is here for a later interview. He's right behind us, and there are cars over there.
Maybe we can induce him to run over there.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, so I'm going to just sort of shoot it over that. There's a garbage can over there.
If you can make it in that garbage can,
yeah,
that'd be the greatest thing ever.
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of let it go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should have. A little farther than the garbage can.
That was a good shot.
Okay. Now, if I want to make it go even farther, if we have time for that, because it might be kind of funny to do that, and shoot a red one now.
Scott says we have plenty of time.
Oh boy. Okay. So I'm going to pull this back farther this time. Now, the maximum range is actually achieved when you shoot something at 45 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. And so what I'm going to do is shoot this one at 45 degrees if I can, or something close to that. And this guy.
You're going to wait for the Coke truck. Very close. He put on his brakes, I noticed, and he just honked at you. We're not going to get any free Cokes today.
Right. So I'm hoping that, when we come back a little bit after, we can find some other interesting things to try to. I mean, it is a very challenging thing and involves a lot of physics to make something go accurately and get someone wet.
Okay, and a little bit fun, it's first day of school.
Just a little.
So you think kids on the quad will be doing this today, maybe?
I don't know. It's a great physics demonstration. If I was trying to get somebody interested in physics, this would be a good thing to do.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And just coincides with the first day of school. Kids are back, so
right.
You're giving them ideas, fodder for the first day. All right, we'll be back with more of The Wise Guy, but first let's check in with Jennifer Ketchmark with weather on the 3s.